Hi everyone, I am Shahan. Welcome back to my channel, Dr. Shahan's class. And here in this video, I will tell you about Conn syndrome. Conn syndrome is very important for NEETPG examination. And if you are preparing for FMGE examination, it is also important for that examination. So, if you are a medical student, please subscribe this channel. This channel contains so many medical videos free of cost, all on different important medical disease which are asked in medical examination. So let us know about Conn syndrome. Conn syndrome has the feature of hypokalemia. Hypokalemia, that means potassium level decrease. So how can we understand or remember basically the potassium level is decreased in this condition? So it is done with the help of this mnemonic Conn, C-O-N-N. You can see Conn, C-O-N-N. C, look at the C. C, then there is O. We can turn the O into 0. That means we can imagine the O is 0. That means that means C is decrease. CO. That means C is decrease. We can imagine C as K. So K means potassium. That means potassium is decrease. Can you understand? CO. Let's imagine C as K. So K means potassium. O means here 0 or decrease. So that means potassium is decreased. In this way we can remember. And there is 2N, NN, CONN. There are 2N. So 2N basically represent Na. Na means sodium. So from here we can remember that sodium is increased, hypernatremia. Na. There are 2N. N means Na, sodium. Sodium is increased, hypernatremia. So from the name itself you can remember CONN. CONN, imagine C as K, potassium. Potassium क्या हुआ? What happens to the potassium? Decrease. C के बाद क्या है? What is there after C? 0. That means decrease. So potassium is decreased. NN, there are 2N, that means sodium. तो sodium क्या हुआ? What happened to the sodium? Increase. Sodium increase. NN, sodium, that means increase. Sodium is increased, potassium is decreased. We can remember from that. And from the term hypernatremia, sodium increase, that means hypernatremia. Natremia, Na, that A actually represent hyperaldosteronism. And from the aldo, aldosteronism, hyperaldo, Al, we can remember alkalosis, Al. So look at the picture once again. Conn syndrome, the name itself will say CONN, CO. Let's imagine C as potassium, that is K, and after C there is O. After C there is 0, that means decrease. So potassium is decreased, that means hypokalemia. After that, NN, there are 2N, that means sodium is there. Sodium, there are more sodium, that means hypernatremia. From the natremia, A, Na, or sodium, Na, A, we remember the aldosteronism, hyperaldosteronism. And from there, aldosteronism, we can remember alkalosis, Al, we can remember alkalosis. So in this way, we can remember the Conn syndrome, very important for your exam. Let's come to the triad of Conn syndrome, very important triad of Conn syndrome. Number 1 is hypertension. There will be high BP of the patient. The patient will have high blood pressure. Number 1, high blood pressure. Number 2, hypernatremia. I told you CONN. There are 2N. Conn, NN. That means there are 2 sodium, that means Na, that means there is more sodium, NN, more sodium. So hypernatremia, high sodium level, and CO means KO. We can remember CO as KO, that means potassium is decreased. O means 0. So potassium is decreased. Potassium is decreased, sodium is increased. That means hypernatremia and hypokalemia. Always remember this. So along with hypertension, we will have hypernatremia, CONN means hypernatremia, and CO, that means hypokalemia. This is very, very important. High sodium level and low potassium level. Look at this picture. This picture is showing Conn syndrome. What can you see in the bubble? You can see the kidney is there. Above the kidney there is yellow colored adrenal gland is there, and above the adrenal gland there is a mass, that is adrenal mass. There is a tumor in the adrenal gland, and that actually is there in the Conn syndrome. I will show you original picture of surgery room where this tumor is cut out from the adrenal gland. I will show you in a moment. Okay, can you see this picture? This picture, the patient is lying on the prone position and the surgery is done. You can see in the blue colored box where the mass from the adrenal gland has been cut out. So basically there is adrenal tumor which has been cut from the surgery. You can see the picture on the right side corner. Okay, now let's revise what is Conn syndrome once again. Very, very important. There will be a tumor on the adrenal gland and that will increase the aldosterone. That will increase the aldosterone. And what happened to the patient? The patient comes with high blood pressure. The patient comes with high BP. What happens to the potassium level? Remember, CONN, CO, C के बाद 0 है, C के बाद 0 है. That means there is 0 after C. That means potassium decrease. That means K decrease. NN, there are 2 N. That means there is a lot of sodium. That means hypernatremia. Hypernatremia and hypokalemia. Remember, 2 symptoms I told you, and the patient will be having polyuria. The patient will be having a lot of urine excretion. So polyuria, and not only that, the patient will also be suffering from fatigue, low energy. All these will combine together in Conn syndrome. But don't forget the triad of the Conn syndrome: hypertension, hypokalemia, hypernatremia. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is the end of this video. If you like this channel, please subscribe this channel and write down in the comment section below if you find this useful. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.